Hey, good morning, YouTube, and thank you for stopping by. I just had my first dental soft reline done. So a couple days ago, I posted a couple videos and I said I would update you on that. And so today I went in to have my soft reline done, and I had to have some bone spurs removed from the upper side. On this side, I've talked about that before. It was a little bit different today because the dentist had to numb my gums, and I don't have my upper plate, and I want to show you what the soft reline from the dental office looks like. Um, so I just have my bottom plate in, and so when he did the bone spurs last time, basically I guess they were sticking out of the gum. I had on this side the ridge actually coming through the gum. So what he had to do is he had to numb me up. I was numb pretty good all up in here. I think he numbed the bone, and he literally clipped off the bone. It sounded. He said it sounded crazy to me. I was like, "Oh my God, what are you doing to me?" But he said what it's going to do is he moves. He had to push back the gum that was surrounding the ridge that was sticking out, and he had to clip the ridge to, I guess, allow. He said that what will happen is the gum will grow over that bone ridge there, so it's not sticking out anymore. Then he took some type of tool and he stuck it up under my gum where the ridge is on the outside. It's kind of hard to explain. And he tried to chip off the sharp edges on that ridge, I guess, so they won't cut through the gum as well. And he said what's going to happen is I'm going to have probably a few bone spurs come out from what he did today. So I'll have to go back in and have those little pieces of bone pulled out once they work their way down through the gum and start poking out. So um, that's something to look forward to. The nurse or the dentist assistant, I call them the denturist because that's typically what uh, dental assistant, I guess, is what they would be referred to as. She said I won't have too much pain with the procedure that they did today. Really, the numbness is wore off. When I'm wearing my denture, I do have a little bit of pain when I try and bite down in this area up here, but it's not excruciating. Actually, it used to be when prior to my soft reline, my dentures were loose, and what would happen is when I pressed down, uh, it would shoot pain up through, I guess, the bone. There must be a nerve there or something, and it really hurt. So I couldn't really chew too hard on this side of my mouth. So my left side, I couldn't really chew that well. The right side, for some reason, I'm still having some problems, and I think that's primarily because the ridge is very close to the edge of the gums. I remember a couple of weeks ago when I tried to eat a Big Mac. Actually, I had pushed that ridge up through the bone and it was kind of just sticking out. And I couldn't eat on this side for a while. I had to be very careful and eat soft foods to allow that gum to heal back over that bone ridge. Apparently, it's really sharp after they took out my teeth. And I don't know if that would be the same in your case with your dental procedure, if you're post extractions or if you're pre extractions. This is probably some good information to know, um, because it's technically it's not technically it is very painful if you chew with just your gums, or the bones are going to come up through the bone, up through the gum, excuse me, and then they're going to have to chip that bone to try and flatten it in order to get your gum to kind of grow over it. And that's what he actually had to do on this side today. So that was kind of different for me. I haven't heard of anybody having that procedure. I know your favorite denture wearer, Bill, he had his lower, I think it was his lower ridges. He had his gums open. They reshaped his lower bone, or shaved it down, I think is the term that he used. And so that I didn't have that done with mine. I don't know if anybody else, if that's common when people get dentures or full extractions, or if they do what now they're doing with me, where they just extract and then they wait for the bone spurs and they'll reshape the bone as you heal. Seems like kind of what see, that's my idea of what they're actually doing. So I went in for my soft reline. My appointment was at 10 o'clock. I got out of there around 11:30. So it took about an hour and a half. What's funny is there wasn't anybody in the office. The dentist was actually, he worked on one girl. Um, I think she had to have an extraction and a referral. Don't quote me on that. I don't know exactly what she was having done. I know they talked about an extraction with Dr. Tyner. I heard him working on somebody, and and then he came over to do my bone spur extract or removal, I guess I would call it. I wouldn't call it an extraction. So the soft reline is, I think it's kind of similar to what a lot of people use as denture fit, which eventually is probably what eventually I'm going to use. From what the dental assistant told me today is, since this is my first reline, I'll come in 8 weeks, 2 months to have my second reline done, soft reline. And once it gets closer to the 9 month to 12-month mark, they'll do a hard reline, which my actual dentures will be sent out to the lab. They'll put permanent acrylic into the denture tray. Let me kind of show you what I'm talking about. So they're going to put, this is the soft line material, which is almost like it's just a silicone. So what it does, and it's the color of my denture tray. So you can't really see it, unfortunately. Um, and you could tell these are my immediate dentures because they're so thin, and you could actually see through them. So you can see the teeth, the front teeth that are in the front here. Say, and once they do the permanent hard reline, this will become to the point where probably you won't be able to see through it, and I'll probably do a video just for everybody, whoever's curious, want to know what a permanent hard reline on your immediate dentures look like, because I'm only going to get one set of dentures. So they're going to warranty these for 3 years. After this period, I have my reline done. I'll have to come in once a year for a gum check, basically a gum health check. That'll keep my warranty on my immediate dentures, or then they'll be my permanent dentures for an additional 2 years. So I'll have 3 years total. They warranty the dentures, and as long as I go back into the dental office to have my adjustments done, I'm assuming not my soft relines because she didn't say anything about that. As long as I come in annually to have a gum health checkup, they'll continue the warranty on these for up to 3 years. And that includes any accidental breakage. If I bite into something hard and break them, I just take them back to the dentist and they'll fix them. I don't know if that includes replacement cost. That if that's something you're concerned about, with your immediate dentures, that's something you may want to talk to your dentist about. Since I don't really eat a lot of hard foods, I don't think it's going to be a concern for me. The only concern would be dropping them, but she said that they could fix them even if I drop them and break the you know, break the teeth or anything. She seemed pretty confident that they would be able to repair them or send them out to the lab and the lab would repair them for me. So basically, I would just keep the same denture for 3 years. And basically, what she did is on the soft reline, she just filled this tray with kind of this pinkish goop in the tray. It was wet. She let it set for 2 minutes after she put it into the denture, what I'm calling the denture tray, all in here, right? Let it set for 2 minutes, a 5 minute dry time, and after 2 minutes, she had me put them in my mouth. With my lower denture, there was no soft reline material in it. I just popped it in my mouth and put this one into my upper with the soft reline material in it and held my mouth closed for 5 minutes. Just kind of like a relaxed bite, not biting down as hard as I can. Just a bite, my natural bite, if my mouth was closed and I had my teeth together, is the idea. After the 5 minutes, she took them out. She did a few adjustments. She did have to, I'm not sure if she had to grind any material off the acrylic itself. I did hear her grinding, and I'm not sure what that was for, if they were working on somebody else's dentures at the same time as mine. Um, Same procedure with my bottom dentures. And after that 5 minutes, she took them back. She basically just took scissors, um, almost like cuticle scissors, and she just trimmed off all this little, what the excess that was on the edge here. And there is some still, you probably can't see it very well. Um, but and she said all I need, I can brush these with my denture brush just like I would normally. Um, I can soak these overnight in the Polydent 24-hour, a 3 minute denture bath, just like I would. And this is supposed to last up to 2 months. And she said to expect as my gums and my bones are still recessing, my gums are still healing, everything's still here healing. I got I want to say I'm about 24, 25 days out, probably uh, give or take, since my E-Day, where I had all full extraction, upper and lower. And I tried eating a cookie, a soft cookie with these dentures. And what's funny is the chocolate chips in the cookie were a little bit hard to bite through. And my lower plate lifted on one side. I was trying to eat on this side because my mouth is sore um, from the bone spur removal. So I was trying to bite on this side. And I think even with honestly, with this denture, I'm soft reline. I almost said denture fit because that's what it reminds me of. But the denture fit is a different color than I think this one, if I'm remembering correctly. I haven't watched a lot of videos about denture fit. Um, so with this, I still feel I need to wear some adhesive. If not on the top, definitely my bottom, because my bottom plate, I was trying to bite the cookie, and like I said, my plate came up. It popped out at one point, and so I'm still early in the process of learning how to eat. So I'm sure that'll get better with time. My dentures feel tight. Not when I initially got them, post extractions, my gums are really swollen, so they felt so tight. My gums, they felt so tight around my gums. And I think that's basically just to control swelling um, after your extractions. And that's the good thing about having immediate dentures, to be honest with you, is I didn't really have a lot of swelling. I took the ibuprofen and Tylenol combination, like I've talked about before, for pain management, and that actually seemed to help the swelling, to control the swelling, in addition to eating cold stuff. Ice cream or smoothies really helped control the swelling. After about 4 days, I had minimal swelling after the fourth and fifth day. After that, I could tell that my gums weren't swelling up anymore. So it was about a week before I noticed that my dentures actually started getting loose. And she said to expect that even with the soft reline, and she doesn't recommend me putting any other reliner on top of this reline that they did in the dental office. You can see kind of the shiny silicone that they used in the sunlight here. And if they get loose, basically I come in and they will adjust these. And I don't know if that is they're going to add more soft line material to it or what. But she said because I'm still healing, expect these to get loose like they were. And they weren't super loose before. I went and got my soft reline. Um, but I didn't have good suction. And the problem I think I'm having with this denture, and I'm eventually probably going to have to get, if they can't correct, because this gap, this creates like a gap in the back of my mouth. So when I breathe out, the air catches in here and it wants to pull this bottom denture down. And that's something I might need to talk to her about to see if that can get corrected. I'm kind of just waiting to see how my ridges heal, and once the bone starts to recess, if that, excuse me, gap goes away. Because initially when I first got these, this was flush. This back part was flush up against the top of my palate, and it's not now. And I'm not sure um, if that's just an adjustment that needs to be done or not. That's something I may need to talk to the denturist in the future about if it doesn't go away. And that's the problem I'm having with my only real problem I'm having with my upper, because this the problem with this having a gap between my palate and the upper part of the denture here. Let me see if I can show you. So the upper part of the denture right here, there's a gap between my palate and this part, and that's what's causing me to lose suction. And I was hoping the soft line would take care of that, but it doesn't seem to really be working. So probably I'm going to go a week, see what happens. Maybe go in if I keep losing suction, I'm going to go in and talk to them and see if they can do some type of adjustment on my upper plate. So I don't know if you've had an office soft reline. I haven't seen really any YouTubers talking about it. It was about an hour and a half. It wasn't uncomfortable. Um, the denturist that I saw, or dental assistant I saw today, she's super nice. She's so nice. Her husband actually has dentures. So she probably helps him out a lot, and she understands how the struggles with new denture wearers. So she's great to talk to. When I go in the office, I tell her, and she gives me some tips and so forth. And so um, I just kind of wanted to update everybody on that. So I don't know how long it normally takes for a denture fit to do it on your own at home. I gotta imagine it's probably a little bit less time. She did do some adjustments on my dentures prior to the putting in the soft reline material, and I'm not sure exactly what she saw that needed to be fixed. But yeah, so they're pretty good right now. Uh, I'll try and update you as this process goes along, since it's going to be a couple months. If I start having a lot of problems with the soft reline, I'll let you know. Maybe somebody can drop me a comment and give me a suggestion on how to fix it. If I go back into the dental lab or dental office and they fix it, and maybe I can figure out what she did, I'll pass that information on to you all, because it's good to have a little bit of information, going forward. And so I did record an earlier video that was a little bit shorter than this, but I just wanted to give a little better explanation as to the soft reline process. So like I like to say, I hope everybody is healthy and happy. If you're pre extractions and you still have your natural teeth, like I always say, look at your options. There might be something there for you. If there's not, and you go uh, full extractions or upper or lower plate, I hope my videos kind of show you that there's a little bit of a light at the end of the tunnel. It's not as bad as you think. It's a struggle in the beginning. The dental assistant told me the same thing. Everybody struggles. Everybody has problems. Everybody has pain. It's normal what I'm going through, which made me feel a lot better. You know, I'm healing really well, other than these few bone spurs I've had, which honestly haven't been that painful. Um, and it's all part of the process. It's just part of this process. So, just to give you some insight, if you're pre-extractions, you're thinking about getting dentures, um, I want to give you a realistic expectation of your dentures. You're not going to be able to run out and eat steak after you get your dentures put in, or a hamburger, nothing like that. I'm on a soft food diet, smoothies, soft foods, soups. I haven't even started eating soft meats yet, and I'm almost 30 days in. So I want to give you a realistic expectation with your not only your immediate dentures, but getting this procedure done. Because when I looked at YouTube and looked at all the YouTubers out there, I thought, oh shoot, I can get this done, and a week later I can be eating hamburgers and eating steak and eating apples and eating like I used to, because the dentures will be like my natural teeth. No, that's not the case. I'm sorry to say, it's not. It's not a realistic expectation, and I think that's what. If you look at some of my earlier videos, um, I could tell I was a little bit angry, because it was a letdown to see these videos and how people are doing, and people are saying, hey, I just got my immediate dentures, they feel so good, and blah blah blah. And I got mine, and I just struggled with pain and pinching and sore spots, and it was just it wasn't a horrible experience, but based off what I saw, to me, it was I didn't have a realistic expectation of how my dentures are going to be. And I hope I can impart this to you a little bit. If you're pre-dentures, pre-extractions, just kind of what to expect. But trust me, it's getting better as time goes on. And it's not perfect yet. These will never be my natural teeth. I know that. I have to have that expectation. But if I can get somewhat back to normal after time, and I know it's going to take a year for me to heal, and I'm just being impatient. So um, I just want to impart that to any new denture people out there. or pre-denture people. Um, I'm not trying to be negative about dentures. Don't get me wrong. This was a good decision for me. At this point in my life, I still feel very strongly about that. I just want to give everybody a realistic expectation. I'm not one of these YouTubers that have all this skill in videos. So I just kind of throw myself out there, and if you like my videos, you like my videos. If you don't, well, you know, um, I hope that I can help somebody. That's all I can say. And maybe over time, I start enjoying doing these YouTube videos. I might get into video editing. Who knows? And go back and re-record all these videos and cut them up, and uh, do all kinds of fancy stuff with them. But anyway, like I said, I hope you're healthy and happy. I'm going to go have lunch. And if you have them, please take the time to floss them. It's not a quick solution, but it will help you. Okay? And I'm going to enjoy my new soft line and try and eat a little burrito here. I haven't had lunch yet or anything to eat, just some coffee this morning. So thank you, YouTube, for stopping by. Again, I appreciate the people that have subscribed to my channel and the people who have actually viewed my videos. I hope, like I said, I hope I can help somebody out there. So take care. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.